And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Welcome to Alaska Weather. I'm meteorologist Peter Chan, coming to you from the National Weather Service in Alaska region on this Saturday, September 21st, 2024. And if you'd like additional weather information on top of what I provide in this YouTube video, you can go to weather.gov. That is the National Weather Service's online presence. It'll bring you to a map of the continental U.S. with Hawaii and Alaska to the lower left and tabs for the territories. And if you point and click anywhere on these maps, it'll pull up a very specific forecast for any location in the nation, including any relevant watches, warnings, or advisories. There's other tabs to explore that have climatic information, radar, other sorts of things that are quite interesting. A quick check, though, of the continental U.S. here on this Saturday afternoon. We have heat advisory, central plains around Oklahoma into Arkansas, severe thunderstorm watch, and some flash flood potential there in areas of eastern New Mexico and the Texas Panhandle. Frost advisories, western Dakotas, northeast Wyoming, back into northern Idaho, western Montana, southern Oregon, and northeast parts of California could see some frost or freezing temperatures. Well, we do have the autumnal equinox that arrives early Sunday morning. I'll highlight that more coming up shortly. Overall, though, a progressive active fall pattern is underway, and that'll especially be next week into early October. We are looking at the potential for some more heavy rainfall in the central and southern panhandle starting late Sunday night and especially in the early part of the upcoming week. As low pressure works its way up into the Gulf, it's going to turn colder along northern and western areas of the mainland along the west coast with that northerly flow drawing down some of that colder air. Looking up to the north, we still have a winter storm warning in effect until 4 a.m. Sunday morning for the central Brooks Range, 6 to as much as 12 inches of snow total. As we go up higher elevations there, the Richardson Highway through Anaktuvuk and Adigan passes, we're looking at snow and fog in the imagery this afternoon. Further west along the Yukon River, mostly sunny and grayling this afternoon, 45 degrees. It'll be chilly night coming up tonight with a number of areas there seeing temperatures below freezing. And as those north winds draw down the colder air early in the week, you're going to see some chillier temperatures as well, though I think dry conditions will prevail for a little while longer. Homer, mostly sunny, 52. Clouds will be increasing from the southwest later tonight and especially Sunday with rain developing in that area as we get into Sunday, perhaps as early as the afternoon, but certainly coming into Sunday evening as that low pressure system works its way on the south side of the Alaska Peninsula up into the western Gulf by Monday. Pelican out through the panhandle there. Light rain and some fog, 50 degrees. The current areas of rain and rain showers will linger there into tonight. Early on Sunday morning, there's a secondary impulse that could give a little more rain late tonight and before daybreak Sunday over the southern panhandle. Then just a very short break before the next low moves up into the Gulf with that heavier rain arriving later Sunday night into Monday. So the autumnal equinox for the northern hemisphere, it's the astronomical arrival of fall. That's when we're at that point in our Earth's orbit around the sun. That occurs at 4:43 a.m. Alaska Daylight Time. And as you may have seen, depending on what part of the state you're in, some people are already past peak fall colors. Other places are just seeing them, but nevertheless, there's no question. Summer is gone and we are sliding through fall toward winter. Winter storm warning still in effect for the central Brooks Range till 4 a.m. Sunday morning. As I mentioned, 6 to as much as 12 inches total of accumulation since Friday afternoon and morning up in these areas. But the snow there should become more patchy and lighter and tend to diminish a bit here as we get into Sunday. Special weather statement here for the central southern panhandle, Petersburg area, Sitka on toward the south and southeast. There is going to be potential here for some 2 to 3 inch rainfall amounts each day from late Sunday, or I should say Sunday night into Wednesday. So it's going to get quite soggy. We're not anticipating any significant flooding issues. However, with that kind of saturation, that kind of precipitation, that does certainly make the potential for an isolated landslide or two, so be wary of that. And as we're looking at the satellite imagery, put it in motion already. Here comes the front that already pulled through today with rain and rain showers. Here's that secondary impulse that's going to move across the southern panhandle, this area, especially Craig, Klawak, Ketchikan, Wrangell area, getting this rain come on through the Saturday night into early Sunday morning. Then we have another area of low pressure out here passing just south of the Aleutians, and that's going to pull northeastward up into the western Gulf as we go into later Sunday night and on Monday. So here's the weather map. As of this Saturday afternoon, a weakening low along the northeastern Gulf Coast just off the Panhandle Maine coastline. Trough of low pressure extending inland. Here's a hint of that secondary energy that's going to be coming northeastward and bringing some additional rain, especially to the southern parts of the Panhandle. And there's the low that's passing south of the central Aleutians right now. It's somewhat strong, down around 975, 70-ish millibars. It'll get a little stronger as it rides south of the Alaska Peninsula later tonight and on Sunday morning. We'll still have some pockets of lighter snow in areas of the Brooks Range North Slope. So there could still be some additional snowfall where skies are clear, though, here along western and southwestern areas of the mainland. Into south central areas, there could be frost and freezing temperatures. So if you still have things holding on in your garden, maybe you want to keep them around just a little longer. You want to protect them tonight if your location is looking like it'll have clear skies. Now here comes that low. Sunday, it'll be still southwest of Kodiak Island there, just to the south of the Alaska Peninsula, down near 970 millibars. This front is going to lift north and eastward, and it will have a band of rain, moderate to locally heavy rain along this front, along with some stronger gale force winds, especially here in lower Cook Inlet, Kamishak Bay, the entrance there to Cook Inlet and east side. Kodiak Island getting hit with some pretty strong easterly gales as we go through Sunday afternoon into Sunday night, early Monday morning. So by Monday, that low is just sitting here in the southwest, western portion of the Gulf, occluded front along the Gulf Coast into the Panhandle. This is going to have areas of rain along it with gusty winds. This low will gradually begin to fill by the time we get into Monday night and Tuesday, so it will be in the process of weakening, but that'll keep some rains going here, especially northeastern Gulf Coast into the Panhandle. It's a rather wet system. Further north, still some pockets of light snow along areas of the north slope, and with the low in this position, it sets up more of a northerly flow of air across the northwest, western, southwest coast. So as a result, you're going to see some colder air work its way southward along the west side of the state as we go into Monday night, Tuesday, and Wednesday, definitely turning chillier, more of a deeper fall kind of feel to the air mass. Looking at Sunday morning, lows in the 40s, even near 50 on the southern Panhandle, with still another shot of rain coming down through the southern parts of the Panhandle, but that'll briefly let up a very brief break in the rain action Sunday morning, afternoon before the next batch arrives Sunday night. Temperatures could be below freezing here, Copper River Basin down near just below freezing there, Talkeetna, and certainly some of the normally cold spots, even Soldotna could be back down near freezing tonight, even though high clouds will be increasing from the southwest. And then temperatures on Sunday, we're looking at mid-50s to a few 60-degree readings in the southern Panhandle. For south central, clouds increasing, low 50s for highs, Anchorage, Kenai, on up to Talkeetna and Glen Allen. And then lows Monday morning, not as cold because you're going to have cloud cover and the potential for some rain, some steadier rains, eastern half the Kenai Peninsula up to Prince William Sound, and then extending back out along the Panhandle, lows 40s to near 50 degrees. And then temperatures on Monday afternoon, mid-upper 50s in the Panhandle. Back to the west, generally lower 50s for highs with near 50 along the immediate coastal areas, say Valdez, Cordova, and as we get out there towards Seward. Now for the central northern interior, a number of temperatures are going to be below freezing tonight with any clearing, and certainly not exceptionally cold, but we'll still have some pockets of light snow hanging on in areas of the Brooks Range, North Slope. High Sunday afternoon, warmest reading maybe near 50 at Fairbanks, upper 40s, Eagle, Northway. Out to the west, we find 44 at Nome. 30s for highs, mid-upper 30s along the Arctic and northwest coast there, the Chukchi Sea. And temperatures Monday morning, could see some upper teens, near 20 here in the Adigan and Anatuvik Pass areas. Lows near freezing along the Arctic coast. And again, some pockets of areas below freezing. They're like colder as you go up the Tanana Valley around Tok. And then temperatures Monday afternoon, generally in the 40s in the Yukon and Tanana valleys. A few spots could squeak out 50. Otherwise, Temperatures staying below freezing along the spine there of the Brooks Range, highs mid-upper 30s along the Arctic coast. And temperatures Sunday morning, I think interior as you go up the Yukon and Kuskokwim rivers with clear skies, you could see temperatures at or below freezing in some of the normal cold low areas. We're looking at readings upper 40s along the Alaska Peninsula out down toward the eastern Aleutians as winds pick up, and that low pressure is riding just south of the land areas. And then temperatures Sunday afternoon, generally highs only in the 40s here across the southwest, maybe up around 50 king salmon and lower 50s down here through Chignik and Falls Pass, Cold Bay. And Monday morning, we're looking at lows with cloud cover and breeziness. Above freezing, we'll keep temperatures above freezing, 40s along the Alaska Peninsula, Aleutians, and Western Gulf, including Kodiak City at 46. And Monday afternoon, with the low taking a position here just east of Kodiak Island, we expect a northeast to north flow along this area here, the lower YK deltas, with highs only in the mid-40s at best, and temperatures generally mid to upper 40s along the Alaska Peninsula out toward the eastern and central Aleutians. And the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook to close out the month, start October, September 27th through the 1st. That kind of pattern is going to bring the coolest temperatures that could average below normal along the west and southwest portions of the state, including the Aleutians having below normal temperatures. Also, we're going to see the potential for below normal temperatures over the Panhandle, and then near normal temperatures, Prince William Sound, Anchorage on up toward Fairbanks into the central Brooks Range all the way north to Utqiagvik. Precipitation most likely to average above normal over the southeast mainland, Wrangell, St. Elias Mountains on through much of the Panhandle, especially northern Panhandle. That's September 27th through the 1st with near normal precipitation, central, northern, western, southwest mainland down along the Alaska Peninsula and trailing out to the eastern Aleutians. But overall, we're going to stay in an active fall pattern. Low pressure systems will be coming up out of the North Pacific and either pushing across the Bering or up into the Gulf, bringing occasional periods of wind and some moderate to locally heavier precipitation at times as we transition into the month of October.